Namaste students, I am JVN Dr. Rupesh Amlikar, Assistant Professor, Department of Kriya Sharir, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today we will discuss the topic growth hormone. Growth hormone is secreted by somatotropes, which are the acidophilic cells of anterior pituitary gland. Growth hormone is protein in nature having a single chain polypeptide with 191 amino acids. Its molecular weight is 21,500. Basal level of growth hormone concentration in blood of normal adult is up to 300 gram per dl, and in children it is up to 500 nanogram per dl. Its daily output in adult is 0.5 to 1 milligram. Growth hormone is transported in blood by growth hormone binding proteins. Half-life of circulating growth hormone is about 20 minutes. It is degraded in liver and kidney. Growth hormone is responsible for the general growth of the body. It is responsible for the growth of almost all tissues of the body which are capable of growing. It increases the size and number of cells by mitotic division. It also causes specific differentiation of certain types of cells like bone cells and muscle cells. It also acts on the metabolism of proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates. Actions of growth hormones in metabolism. First, on protein metabolism. Growth hormone accelerates the synthesis of proteins by first increasing amino acid transport through cell membrane. The concentration of amino acids in the cells increases and thus the synthesis of protein is accelerated. Second, increasing ribonucleic acid translation. Growth hormone increases the translation of RNA in the cells. Because of this, ribosomes are activated and more proteins are synthesized. Growth hormone can increase the RNA translation even without increasing the amino acid transport into the cells. Third, increasing transcription of DNA to RNA. It also stimulates the transcription of DNA to RNA. RNA in turn accelerates the synthesis of proteins in the cells. Fourth, decreasing catabolism of protein. Growth hormone inhibits the breakdown of cellular protein. It helps in the building up of tissues. Fifth, promoting anabolism of protein indirectly. Growth hormone increases the release of insulin from beta cells of islets of pancreas, which has anabolic effect on protein. Second is action of growth hormone on fat metabolism. Growth hormone mobilize fats from adipose tissue. So the concentration of fatty acids increases in the body fluids. These fatty acids are used for the production of energy by the cells. During the utilization of fatty acids for the energy production, lot of acetoacetic acid is produced by liver and is released into the body fluids, which leading to ketosis. Sometimes excess mobilization of fat from the adipose tissue causes accumulation of fat in liver, resulting fatty liver. Third, on carbohydrate metabolism. Major action of growth hormone on carbohydrate metabolism is the conservation of glucose. Growth hormone decreases the peripheral utilization of glucose for the production of energy. It reduces the peripheral utilization of glucose for the energy production. It is because of the formation of acetyl coenzyme, which is formed during the metabolism of fat influenced by growth hormone. The acetylcholine coenzyme inhibits the glycolytic pathway. Since the growth hormone increases the mobilization of fat, more fatty acid is available for the production of energy. By this way, growth hormone reduces the peripheral utilization of glucose for energy production. Second, increase in deposition of glycogen in the cells. Since glucose is not utilized for energy production by the cells, it is converted into glycogen and deposited in the cells. Third, decrease in the uptake of glucose by the cells. As glycogen deposition is increases, the cells become saturated with glycogen. Because of this, no more glucose can enter the cells from blood. So the blood glucose level increases. Fourth, diabetogenic effect of growth hormone. Hypersecretion of growth hormone increases blood glucose level enormously. It causes continuous stimulation of the beta cells in the islets of Langerhans in pancreas and increase in secretion of insulin. In addition to this, the growth hormone also stimulates beta cells directly and causes secretion of insulin. Because of the excess stimulation, beta cells are burned out at one stage. This causes deficiency of insulin, leading to true diabetic mellitus or full-blown diabetic mellitus. This effect of growth hormone is called the diabetogenic effect. Next is action of growth hormones on bones. In embryonic stage, growth hormone is responsible for the differentiation and development of the bone cells. In later stage, growth hormone increases the growth of the skeleton. It increases both the length as well as the thickness of the bones. In bones, growth hormone increases first synthesis and deposition of proteins by chondrocytes and osteogenic cells. Second, multiplication of chondrocytes and osteogenic cells by enhancing the intestinal calcium absorption. Third, formation of new bones by converting chondrocytes into osteogenic cells. And fourth, availability of calcium for mineralization of bone matrix. Growth hormone increases the length of bones until epiphysis fuses with shaft, which occurs at the time of puberty. After the epiphyseal fusion, length of bones cannot be increased. However, it stimulates the osteoblast strongly. So the bone continues to grow in thickness throughout the life. The membranous bones such as the jaw bones and the skull bones become thicker under the influence of growth hormone. Hypersecretion of growth hormone before the fusion of epiphysis with the shaft of the bones causes enormous growth of the skeleton, leading to the condition called gigantism. Hypersecretion of growth hormone after the fusion of epiphysis with the shaft of the bones leads to a condition called acromegaly. Next, we will study mode of action of growth hormone. Growth hormone acts on bones growth and protein metabolism through somatomedin, which is secreted by liver. Growth hormone stimulates the liver to secrete somatomedin. Sometimes, in spite of normal secretion of growth hormone, growth is arrested due to the absence of or deficiency of somatomedin. Somatomedins are of two types. First, insulin-like growth factor first, and second, insulin-like growth factor second. Insulin-like growth factor first, which is also called somatomedin C, acts on the bones and protein metabolism, while insulin-like growth factor second plays an important role in the growth of fetus. Here we end the first part of topic growth hormone, in which we studied first source of secretion of growth hormone, chemistry of growth hormone, half-life of growth hormone, synthesis and metabolism of growth hormone, action of growth hormone, and mode of action of growth hormone. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.